What's going on, lovely smelling people? Welcome back to the best smelling fraternity in the world. Hope you're doing well. I got 10 spring designer fragrances that are gonna get your smell game on point. You're gonna have people turning heads. You're gonna have people wondering, what the heck is this guy wearing? Because he smells so damn good. It is time to jump into the list. I'm gonna be doing a cheapie list and then also Middle Eastern fragrance list. So we're gonna start here with designers for spring. I've been looking forward to making this. It's been a long time coming, and let's jump into it. This is Aqua Deo Absolute. Absolutely an amazing fragrance, if you catch my pun there. What you're gonna get here is a nice patchouli, labdanum, and marine notes, and you're giving me too much credit because this is a tester and I'm just reading off the back of it. It's got the notes on there. I had some experience wearing this one. I was at a work trip in Colorado and I was wearing this one pretty much every single day. It was my daytime scent. I only brought two, and this was my daytime wear, and I really enjoyed it. If you're looking for a fragrance that's just a great wearing experience, helps uplift your mood, has a nice quality to it, and just a mass appeal that you're gonna have a really hard time finding someone that doesn't love the way this one smells. You can wear it in the office, you can dress it up, you can dress it down. Really versatile, works in every single situation. I think pretty much everyone's gonna love this fragrance. Is it something that is gonna blow your mind and is completely unique and very different? It's not, but sometimes it's really great to just go with something easy to wear, easy to pull off, that you know is gonna have you smelling great. A dumb reach type of fragrance that could be your signature scent. Aqua Deo Absolute. Next one up we have is a little bit more of a divisive pick and a little bit more for someone that is a little bit further into their fragrance journey. This is probably not one of the first ones that you should pick up if you're just getting started or newer to this hobby. This is Terre de Hermes Eau Intense Vetiver. And the name does not lie. The vetiver is very prominent here. You get a nice healthy dose of it. It does change it up from the original Terre de Hermes. You don't get as much of that bitter orange. It's not as earthy. It's got more of a citrus top note going on, and it does settle into that really nice base of vetiver. I like to wear this one when I'm going to maybe more of a formal situation. This one pairs really well with a suit and tie. It is a little bit more of a dressed up, elegant, mature fragrance. But still comes across beautifully in the spring weather. It's really, when I think of this fragrance and I think of springtime, it just meshes together like peanut butter and jelly. It goes really well together. Beautiful classiness to this scent profile. I think it's going to really work wonders for you if you get your nose on it and you find that this is something that you enjoy. From Terre de Hermes Eau Intense Vetiver for classier situations. Next one up we have is a big 150 ml bottle of Prada Lunar Rossa Carbon, and the dent doesn't lie. You can see the nice healthy dent that I've been able to put into this one. It is one that I go to back to time and time again, and I'm probably getting close to like the 100 fragrance mark, which I don't suggest for you guys. I think 5 or 6 is gonna be enough for most people, but you know, as you become an enthusiast, or if you consider yourself one, you start acquiring more and more, it's kind of hard to have a signature scent. But if I had to pick a fragrance that has kind of been my signature scent last year, it was probably this one, just because of the amount of use that I got out of it. It's really great for pretty much every single situation, more of a daytime wear. It does have a little bit of that sauvage scent profile going on with less of the black pepper, more of this lavender soapiness to it, which Prada is known for having, you know, soapy fragrances. So you definitely get that featured here. Good quality. And I get great performance here. It's another one that's very office safe, great casual daytime wear, while also having a really modern scent profile too, with that ambroxan backbone to help carry it through the day. And yeah, the dent doesn't lie. A beautiful fragrance that pretty much everybody loves, and I recommend you get your nose on it. I think you're gonna love it too. Prada Lunar Rossa Carbon. Next one up we have is from Hermes. This is H24. This is the Eau de Toilette. You can go with the Eau de Parfum. I haven't got my nose on it, but I've heard great things. You can go with the new Hermes H24, which came out 2024 as of recording this. That's the newest one in the line. And this is a really great fragrance because for one of the first times, a lot of these new fragrances that have been coming out have kind of been, you know, just the same old over and over again, just in a new bottle. Whereas Hermes kind of stepped outside the box and they created a new scent profile that I really enjoy. It's got this metallic muskiness to it. It's got some freshness, and it's got great projection from this Eau de Toilette version. I get this kind of synthetic banana smell to it. Not everybody gets that. It does have also this kind of like drier sheet freshness to it, but I do get the banana creaminess and the metallic edge that it provides. You can also dress this one up or down. It's really versatile in that way. It works beautifully in the springtime. H24, I recommend you get your nose on, try this one, especially because it's a little bit more love it or hate it. I see some people that are big fans of it and some that are not. A nice muskiness to this one as well. So a decent amount going on, and a new scent profile from Hermes H24, a beautiful fragrance for the springtime. Next one up we have is from the house of YSL. This is L'Homme Le Parfum. There's a lot of flankers in this line, so it's very easy. You can get lost in this L'Homme universe. L'Homme, La Nuit de L'Homme. There's just so many dang flankers in this line, and I've tried a good amount of them. Haven't tried them all, and a lot of them are discontinued, sadly, but this one you can still find. It's got this really modern scent profile to it. You get the ginger freshness that you get from the original L'Homme, and then you also get a nice little mix of like YEDP, the kind of the way that the Ambroxan freshness comes across there. You know, the semi like synthetic nature of the YEDP you get here. It's not as sweet as YEDP. It's not as youthful and playful, but it does have a little bit of that in there. And it has a nice healthy dose of geranium as well. And it's a fragrance that does a violet leaf note really well. So violet leaf for me personally is it can make or break a fragrance. There's some fragrances that have it that really I'm not a big fan of, and then there's some of my favorite fragrances also have this violet leaf. So when you do violet leaf and you do it right, it can really set your fragrance off, and they crushed it here. Love this this YSL presentation with this shiny cap. I think it looks really nice, and it's got a little bit of this like YSL sparkle in it. A lot of YSL fragrances, they just have this kind of this designer appeal to them. I'm not sure, but they all have a little bit of that YSL DNA, kind of like Prada, how they have the soapiness. YSL has their own little nuance, little character that they provide, and I really enjoy a lot of YSL fragrances, with L'Homme Le Parfum being no exception. A beautiful blue fragrance that is just a stunner. Next one up from Ralph Lauren. This is Ralph's Club Elixir. I love the look of this bottle style. I think it looks really classy and really upscale. It's got the Zippo cap type thing going on here. You can go with the Parfum as well. I think that one is an excellent blue fragrance. That one's going to be a little bit more mass appealing and works in more situations. I think you can probably skip the original Eau de Parfum. I'm not the biggest fan of that one, but there's something really special about this Elixir. It's a beautiful iris fragrance that doesn't come across the same as other iris fragrances. It's using orris, so that's like the root of the iris flower. So you get a little bit more natural smelling iris, the way that iris really smells, not like a synthetic designer iris that you find in a lot of fragrances. You also get a nice vetiver note that classes it up a bit with that woodiness in the backbone. You get, I believe, some cardamom spice in there, which adds this kind of like sexiness to it. And what else do you get? You get, I'm blanking, add one more thing. Oh yeah, you get this earthiness to it that is blended in there perfectly. This is a very smooth blend of a fragrance. You get all these great notes working together in unison to create this classy, elegant fragrance. And can't say enough good things about this. It's a lovely wearing experience every time, especially for the springtime. I think this is more of an evening wear, but you could definitely pull this off during the day. I've worn it during the day and it just did fine as well. But Ralph's Club Elixir, this could be your go-to date night, going to dinner out fragrance for the spring. And you'd be crushing it if you wore that one. Next one up. This is for my lovers of sweet fragrances, for more playful, fun fragrances. This is 1 Million Lucky. A really beautiful plum note and a nice uniqueness here. If you want to stand out, you don't want to smell like every other person, and you really want to, I guess, stick out from the crowd, this one will do that. And a lot of times sweeter fragrances are more likely to get noticed just because they cut through the air a little bit more, and they're a little bit more, they stick out a little bit more in a sea of scents, wherever that may be that you're going. You know, there's always a variety of scents in the air that your nose is picking up, and when you have a nice, beautiful, sweet fragrance like this, it really sticks out and can capture some great positive attention for you. Plum note here, you get a little bit of this nuttiness, I believe, from an almond, and a really beautiful like uniqueness to it. It's my favorite one in the line, and it kind of strays away from the grapefruit sweetness that you get with the original's DNA, and does its own little twist here. Definitely one you should get your nose on. A little bit difficult to describe because of that uniqueness that it has to it, but certainly available to sample, and I recommend that you do. If you enjoy sweet fragrances, 1 million lucky, a perfect fragrance for the evening going out. Next one up we have is Dior Homme 2020. This is a fragrance that whenever anybody asks me about a good recommendation for a gift for a guy in their family, this is the one that I always recommend because it is so versatile, it's classy, it's really appealing without being super daring or anything like that. You could wear this every single day. This is office safe. This is definitely signature scent worthy. You get the nice premium Dior name and you get the Dior quality here as well. This bottle is really beautiful. It looks classy, it looks elegant, and this is something a business professional could definitely rock every day. You do get this Isoi Super Accord, which kind of helps carry it through with the longevity and the just experience of wearing it all day and having it last. And also a really nice woodiness with like a touch of sweetness, like a touch of like the sweet woodiness. It's not the most complex fragrance in the world. It's not the most daring or bold, but it is a great signature scent daily wear for going out or pretty much doing anything with this fragrance. You're gonna really enjoy the way you smell, and I think other people around you are gonna really enjoy it as well. Dior Homme 2020, an excellent daily wear. Next one up we have is from the house of Armani. This is Armani Code EDP, and pretty similar to the Dior Homme 2020 as far as like the ease of use and the situations that you could wear this. Not so much in the scent profile. You do get the Tonka Bean Armani Code scent profile here without so much, I guess, heft to it. It is pretty soapy and pretty fresh, and it's got a really nice ease of use that it carries, which is why I think it works really well in the springtime weather. So another one that could be your signature scent daily wear. I think this one is a little bit more of a daytime wear, whereas I prefer to wear something like the Parfum in the evening. But you could certainly wear this at night, but to my nose it comes off more of a daytime wear. You get pretty solid, 4 or 5 hours performance of this fragrance. Nothing crazy, but it's right in there and like what you would expect. Nice quality here. It's got this nice lavender freshness, nice masculine, lavender touch to it, with the Tonka Bean and the Armani Code DNA woven in there nicely, but still pretty fresh and pretty classy. You can dress this one up or down again. A lot of versatility here with Armani Code EDP. It may not blow your mind if you have other ones in the line. It's not as maybe daring or unique as like Absolu or Profumo. It doesn't make a statement like those do. But as far as just like a daily wear that smells classy and elegant that you could rock in every situation or pretty much every day, Armani Code EDP is going to smell great and have you covered. Last one up for today, we have one of the fragrances that is going to be one of my all-time favorites for life. As soon as I run out of this bottle, I'm going to have to buy another one. This is a really special fragrance for me, and even though, I have, thank God, acquired so many different fragrances, I always come back to this one, and I always appreciate every time I smell it how amazing it is. This is YSL EDP, definitely for the maybe more youthful leaning crowd as far as, it is pretty sweet of a fragrance, it is pretty loud, and it's pretty like aggressive in your face type of a fragrance, but when you're out and about in the world, those are usually the fragrances that people notice the most just because they kind of cut through the noise. And this one is no slouch in performance or projection. It is a beast. It really is a beast. You get the really nice apple opening, this apple fruitiness that adds to the sweetness. You get a nice mid of this like sage note without it being too herbal. It's just blended in there really well. And you get the nice blue fragrance and Broxton backbone to it too. Once it starts to dry down and the sweetness kind of fades from the apple, you're just left with this shower gel freshness that lasts and lasts and lasts so long. This one will fill up a room with like 4 sprays, so be caution. Maybe not the best fragrance to wear to the office if you don't want to piss off your HR people and have the whole office smelling amazing. I personally would love to work in that kind of office, but unfortunately people are not as into fragrances as we are, so we gotta have them in mind sometimes. But if you want something that's just a rock star of a fragrance, just an incredible rock star of a modern fragrance, EDP. You can also go with the Le Parfum if you want something a little bit more refined, a little bit classier, maybe works a little bit better for someone who doesn't want something as youthful, I think the Lait Parfum is really beautiful as well. The white EDP Intense, I think it's kind of whack. Like, I'd rather just wear the EDP or the Lait Parfum. I think it's kind of unnecessary. It smells good, but it doesn't really need to be there because there are better options that smell very similar in the line. And I want to try the new Elixir, even though the price tag on it is ridiculous. I think $180 for, what is it, a 60 ml of a YSL fragrance it's kind of like a slap in the face to the consumer. So I'm not thrilled with them about the pricing on that one, but maybe I'll just get my nose on it just to, give my opinion for those that value that, whatever weight that may carry. Anyway, enough rambling. I need to wrap this up. Thank you guys for sticking with me. These are my 10 2024 spring designer fragrance recommendations. Let me know, what did I miss? What do you guys like to wear in the spring? What are you looking forward to wearing? I'd love to hear about it. Like the video, hit the subscribe button if you enjoy my recommendations, and I would really appreciate that. Otherwise, have a great day, everybody. Catch you next time at the Fragrance Fraternity, the best smelling fraternity in the world. That's it for this time. All right, guys, take care. See ya.